Alright, hey you guys, this is Baki Swag and I'm coming to you with my review of Junketsu no Maria episode 6, Under the Rose. And this episode was actually pretty sad. There wasn't a whole lot that happened in this episode as opposed to lately, like more things have been happening. But I guess you say something significant did happen in this episode because we see Archangel Michael appears again. He appears to Ezekiel because during this whole episode Maria has continuously used her magic. She summoned a dragon and it looked like a what is the word I am looking for? It looked like a gorgon. There you go. But she summoned two creatures on the battlefield again, and of course Ezekiel came up and she was like, "Why are you summoning people? You're not supposed to summon these things in front of people." And Maria, of course, was like, "Well, you didn't actually see me do it," even though she was standing on top of the dragon. But like while all this is happening, we also see like Galfa, he and Joseph have to go talk to Bernard and the Saint. And pretty much their whole conversation was if Maria continues to do things that she knows she's not supposed to do, then Galfa is supposed to kill her. And of course, Joseph, he jumped in because he is in love with Maria. So of course he's going to jump in. And he was pretty much telling them that Maria hasn't done anything wrong. She's pretty much just trying to stop the war. She doesn't want there to be wars in her sight. So this is why she's doing what she's doing. But of course they don't want her to do it because she's a witch. And then, like I said, when Archangel Michael appeared before Ezekiel, he was pretty much telling Ezekiel that if Maria keeps doing the things that she's doing, then she is going to have to strike her down herself. Ezekiel's going to have to do it because there's only so much that humans can do. Even though she is a witch, she is still human. So there's only so much that humans can do. And Ezekiel is pretty much questioning her faith at this point because she sees Maria is genuinely trying to help these people. And she's even helping like Anne's grandmother, giving her the medicine to make her grandmother better. But they look down on Maria because of the way she does things. But she's getting things done, which I can understand from that standpoint. So, I mean, I don't understand why they're being so hateful to Maria when she's helping. She's doing more than they are. And she's actually trying to help instead of just watching them die, pretty much. So, at this point, Joseph and Galfa come to see Maria, and they pretty much tell her that if she doesn't stop, she's going to get killed. And Galfa was pretty much hitting on Maria without hitting on her, and he told her that Joseph talks about her a lot, so she scooped up Joseph and flew away. Ezekiel tried to follow her, but they wouldn't let her. Well, Ezekiel was pretty much left behind, and Ezekiel told Galfa that if she needs to just give up her virginity and then she won't have her powers anymore. And of course Galfa stopped her. So I have a feeling that Ezekiel probably explained to him the situation, and Galfa was walking away, and who was it? Anne saw him walking away. And that was when Ezekiel gave her the medicine, and an archangel appeared, and then Maria was talking to Joseph, and Joseph pretty much told her what I just mentioned about her not fighting, and if she doesn't come to this war and she doesn't intervene, then he wants to help her with her dream, and he wants to stay by her side. So he pretty much says that he wants to be with her once the war is over. And Maria said that he was being mean and all this kind of stuff for asking that of her. And Bernard just he went bonkers. Like, he was talking to Galfa. Galfa, I guess, confessed to him that Maria is actually pure and she hasn't lost her virginity. And Bernard just went absolutely berserk. It was kind of scary. He was laughing and spinning and just a whole bunch of shit. It was kind of scary. And he was like, "What a coincidence. Her name is Maria and she's pure, blah, blah, blah." So, yeah. After that, we see France surrounded England and ambushed them, took pretty much all of them out. Anne's dad got shot by an arrow, and Joseph was protecting him. And then we see Maria, Ezekiel pretty much tells Maria that Anne came to give her her flower because Maria was sitting on the steps looking downtrodden and sad. So Ezekiel gave her the flowers and told her that Anne's father was going to be in the war again. And Maria said she finally made up her mind and she went to the war. And Artemis and Priapus pretty much stuffed her in a bag and told her to stay there. And Ezekiel tried to stop her at one point because she knows what's going to happen if she does try to use her powers again. She's going to have to kill her herself, which really freaking sucks. So she was trying to stop her before she even got there, because I believe that Ezekiel has some compassion for Maria, even though she might not want to admit it, which is okay. So after that, we just see them flying, like her flying away, and that was pretty much the end of the episode. This episode was actually really sad. And I'm scared to see what's going to happen. I mean, it's only on episode 6, so I know Maria's not going to die or anything. But, I mean, it was actually pretty sad. Hopefully things turn out okay. I hope Anne's father is okay. And I hope Anne's grandmother is okay. Because, I mean, we don't know what Ezekiel put in that bag. Hopefully she wouldn't have any reason to kill her. But, yeah, it's really sad. This episode was actually really sad. But I'm so looking forward to seeing how next week's episode turns out. I want to see what happens to Maria. I want to see how Ezekiel handles things. There's just so much I want to see happen. But yeah, so as always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the way things turned out? But please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is Tsubaki Swag saying adios.